Hello everyone, it's me, the Geek Daddy. In this video, I'm going to go through my personal choices for the top 10 simulation games on console for you to try in 2025. All of the games on the list are games that I've personally bought, played, and ranked in order from 10 through to number 1. This is my opinion, and as always, I'm keen to hear where you'd rank these games on your own list. Do you agree with me, or do you think there's a game I've missed that is worthy of your attention, or my attention? Let me know in the comments, and let's begin with number 10. And number 10 is a game I'm sure all of us on console have spent many an hour playing, and that's On the Road. When it released, we didn't have many trucking-based games on console at all. In fact, the only other offering is a game which features later on in this list, and its predecessor, Mud Runner. We've had trucking games come and go since, with the likes of Truck Driver and its sequel, and now much maligned, Alaskan Road Truckers. While those games, except Mud Runner, on first inspection were admirable entries in the genre, unfortunately they were plagued with bugs, poorly made, or badly supported by their development teams. We all know far too well how badly the post-launch support of Alaskan Road Truckers has gone. When On the Road first launched, it had its issues, but gradually, over time, its own developers have taken the time to improve on the game and add content and fix bugs. And while it's no Euro truck sim or American truck sim, it's still a worthy entry on this list. It's at number 10 because for me, the lack of varied environments and assets at the roadside could make the driving in this game quickly become a chore. Still, if trucking is your thing and you can put aside the limitations, this is definitely one to look at. There are rumours that a graphical update is coming, and I hope that this is true because the game is truly showing its age these days. At number 9 is Ambulance Life, made by the teams behind Police Simulator and another in the line of life games that include Train Life, Chef Life, Taxi Life, Garden Life, and more. Ambulance Life sees players take on the role of a paramedic in a fictional US city, answering the calls that come in and treating patients suffering from a range of afflictions. I really enjoy this game, and it has some great gameplay mechanisms, though I soon turned off the minigames as I found them unnecessary for treating patients. The game can become a little bit of a grind as you repeat several tasks to build up your experience level and unlock a new area and new ailments to treat, but there are fun moments to be had if you stick it out. I'm told more content is coming, and I look forward to that, but due to the sheer grind needed to see the best of this game, it comes in at number 9 for me. At number 8 is Taxi Life. Set in Barcelona, Taxi Life was a game I was very interested in at release. I like the idea of picking up passengers and driving them around the recreated sights of Barcelona and taking in the stunning architecture. Sadly, many of the famous landmarks and sites are unfortunately missing from the game, as the developers Simteract decided to focus on a smaller area of Barcelona than I would have liked. So the famous Gaudi works of architecture like the Basilica and others are missing. I don't know the reason for this omission, but it's something I hope they will bring as an expansion or something in future. The game has had several big bug fixes and quality of life updates, and most recently had a new delivery driver DLC that sees you picking up parcels as well as passengers and delivering both around the city. This is lots of fun as it varies the gameplay and allows you to choose what you're doing in any of your game sessions. I don't personally spend much time in this game these days, as other games have taken me away from it, but every now and then, for a chilled driving experience, I do come back to it. I look forward to seeing what's next for this game, but I really hope they do take on board player feedback and make the map bigger. At number 7 is a simulator that is perhaps a little less serious than the others in this list, but nonetheless lots and lots of fun, especially if you get a few of you together to tackle the challenges of cleaning the various maps. That's right, our next entry is Power Wash Simulator. Now some of you may be wondering why this is on a list of simulator games, but it is marketed and labelled as a sim. It sees you cleaning environments and items across a wide variety of levels, and oddly, is a lot of fun. There's a SpongeBob level, Warhammer, Tomb Raider, and much, much more available as content packs, and each of those is very fun to play. But it's low down on the list because it can become tired quite quickly. Still, like the others, if you want a chilled game, then this one is for you. At Sticks is the latest entry, at least until Roadcraft releases, in the Spin Tires Mud Runner Snow Runner series, and that's Expeditions, a Mud Runner game. A departure from the Snow Runner series, this game sees you taking on various missions across expansive maps in scout vehicles, rather than hauling wood or heavy loads in trucks. You're in charge of an expedition company undertaking various scientific research and discovery missions for anyone from the government to smaller operatives. When it released, there was some hype about the game, and unfortunately it was a little buggy and a mess, which frustrated a great many. But Sabre Interactive and Focus Home Entertainment have pushed lots of updates out, and recently the Season 2 update dropped. I've jumped back in with both feet, and I really enjoy this game and its big brother, SnowRunner. It remains to be seen whether Expeditions can reach the lofty heights of SnowRunner to become as loved as that game, but it is certainly a worthy entry in the franchise that I hope Roadcraft can also live up to. At 5 is a game we featured very heavily on the channel as we work through an A to Z series on it. That's right, Fern Bus Simulator. I had thought of putting this lower down the list, but I really do enjoy this game, and it is by far one of the better driving games we have on console, if not the best. Driving coaches across Europe is fun, relaxing, and an enjoyable experience thanks to the varied environments and roadside assets you see as you drive from city to city. The level of detail is something I'd love to see in On the Road, for example. There's a new update coming which will bring some much needed new gameplay to the game in the form of the football DLC, which comes on March the 18th. And we will cover that on the channel in due course. Fernbus Sim is number 5 and definitely worthy of your time. At number 4, we've already had one entry from the franchise, and now comes its big brother, the excellent and much loved SnowRunner. Now in its 5th year of content, the developers continue to add more and more to this already massive game. There's all manner of missions and tasks to undertake, and Season 15 is coming very soon. SnowRunner can delight and frustrate in equal measure, as you achieve a mission only to tip your truck and lose your load in the very next. This makes for some interesting moments as you become so frustrated you're ready to quit the game and never come back to it. But the sense of joy and achievement when you finally reach that drop-off point after many hours of traversing difficult terrain is what makes this worthy of its place on our list. And now, we are into our top 3. SnowRunner was very narrowly pipped to the post here by another game I've spent many hours on, and that is Farming Simulator. Whether you're still playing the much-loved FS22 or the newer FS25, both of them are fantastic entries into the series, and I've been spending many an hour working away on my farms in FS25, particularly the excellent Calmsden, now renamed Oakbridge, and Palonay farms. There are a great many mods to be found that give you new gameplay mechanics, machinery and maps. I really enjoy being able to take on the task of a virtual farmer, and at the same time it has led me to learn more about farming and agriculture as well. The tractors and machinery are expertly modelled, and you really do get a sense of just how powerful these things are. The environments are all beautiful as well, from the base game maps to the mods. It's very easy to lose a great number of hours into this game as you build up your farm into an agricultural enterprise. Farming Simulator is our number 3. At number 2, this one is an absolute personal favourite of mine, and became a real gem after the god-awful treatment we had as players by the team behind Alaskan Road Truckers. In fact, if you're looking to learn anything about making a trucking game on console, you could look no further than the team behind our number 2 entry, Raw Fury and Monster and Monster. That's right. Our number 2 is the absolutely excellent Star Trucker. Made by a 2-man dev team of Monster and Monster and published by Raw Fury, who've made Kingdom 2 Crowns and more, this excellent trucking space sim sees you take on the role of a Star Trucker, driving your American-inspired big-rig spaceship across a colourful galaxy of varied locations to haul and deliver cargo of varying types to the many industries found throughout. You'll tackle heavy cargo, delicate loads, and perishable goods, as well as dealing with hazards like radiation, solar flares, asteroids, space junk, and more. Manage and maintain your truck and smuggle contraband for that extra cash incentive, and interact with an eccentric range of characters as you do side jobs as part of a story that links you into the work you're doing. I long ago completed the story on this, and I'm waiting to see what comes next from the team behind Star Tracker, but I absolutely love their devotion, their commitment to the community, and their game. I've been lucky enough to win one of their giveaways for some posters as well, but that doesn't influence the feeling on this. If you want a solid truck sim with an out-of-this-world vibe, then you need to play Star Tracker. And now, we come to our number one, and I'm sure you've all guessed it by now. It's our most featured game on the channel. That's right, it's Train Sim World. Now in its 5th iteration, I've been able to see and work on this game over the course of many years, and as many of you know, I was for a time a beta tester, but that does not in any way influence my choice for this game being number one. I know there'll be some out there that call me biased when it comes to this game, but that's nothing short of a falsity. I admit, I do love trains, and TSW allowed me to enjoy that love even more. Train Sim World is a triumph in the simulation genre, and technical achievements over successive games continue to win over fans of the series and build on the core mechanics year on year. Yes, sometimes there are bugs, but the core player crowd has learnt that these things happen and know that Dovetail has a great team of beta testers and developers who are constantly correcting the issues and bugs. Is Train Sim World expensive? At this point, yes. If you want all the routes and content, you could be looking at hundreds of pounds, but for those of us who are true rail fans, we don't mind spending the money on the content, and there's no requirement at all to buy any or all of the content. DLC varies in price, and sadly they have had to raise prices in recent times, as everything has become more expensive. But if you consider the work put into the routes and the amount of playtime you receive in return, then a route of 100 miles or near enough at £33 suddenly becomes extremely good value, especially given that you'll likely still be playing that route in months to come. And so, our winner of the top 10 simulation games to play in 2025 is Train Sim World. And that's it. Do you agree with this list? Are there any games you think should be on the list that aren't? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye-bye.